Well, it looks like we're live, so thank you all for being here. We appreciate everybody coming in. If you're catching us on the replay, we appreciate that. Make sure you go to our channel, like, subscribe, share, watch some of our great videos. Leave us a comment on those, hit that old alert bell, and man, just stick around. Let me see if I can get my camera squared away. So we'll kind of give it a few minutes and let people start getting in here before we get too excited. So pull you guys up on the big screen so I can see you and read the comments a tiny bit better tonight. Happy Airplanes in the house. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. How are you? How are you? How are you doing? So what are you up to? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. I feel like my camera's out of whack a little, but we'll get it sorted out tonight. So, well, we're doing okay, I guess. Health-wise, we're okay. We cold and rainy. It's where we're at. So we're still kind of been out of shape about our dog passing away. And we're working on that, working through that. But I guess we're doing all right. Today's Thursday where we're at. It is, 7 o'clock. It's about 65 degrees. It's been raining off and on, and I will tell you, we are tired of the rain. We've had so much rain in this part of the country that my yard is just squishy, squishy, squishy land. And I don't like that. But, it's not like there's anything I can do about it. That's okay, right? What are we going to do? So how are you doing? You said you're doing fine. That's good. And, ouch. I was cleaning out the freezer a little bit today. I've been working in the freezer. We brought, we didn't get to do, we went to our big trip to Alabama and Florida last week. And, we were supposed to be there a good 8 days. And we did some fishing and brought back fish, but we didn't get to do nowhere near all the things we needed to do because our dog passed away on Wednesday with us. So being so bummed out, I kind of cut my trip way short and I came back on Thursday. So we had planned a lot of cool videos for Florida and Alabama, which we didn't get to make. But we did get to bring back some fish that we caught. And Lorelai, my wife, bought some fish heads. And today I was going through the freezer looking for some old beef or pork that I could cook down to feed Lily, my other dog. And I got stabbed by one of her damn fish heads. Man. Happy is asking, have you ever thought about retiring and making these videos in life? Well, gee, great minds think alike. I am retired. And all I do is YouTube, to be honest. I do a lot of live streams, so yeah, I've thought about it. A lot of us do this, we'd love to be a big channel, don't get me wrong. I would like to be able to make income. I think it'd be great if we could pull in, $5,000, $6,000 a year would be, oh my God, unbelievable. Hell, $1,000 a year would be unbelievable. Would be shocking, would be delightful. But just not the case as of this moment in life. So we do what we can. But I am retired. I retired at a younger age, unintentionally. I never wanted to be retired. But I am retired, whether I like it or not. And retirement sucks. So, why I make these videos. I started out my YouTube channel about 4 years ago thinking, I had a really bad sickness. I was in a coma. I came out of the coma. I was really screwed up in the head. Yeah, I know. I still am, right? So I was really screwed up in the head. And I thought if I made some videos that, or had a focus, so to speak, if I gave I started making videos on teaching subjects that I used to teach. Nobody wanted that. Nobody gave a shit about OSHA and what I used to do as a teacher. Nobody cared. Nobody watched those videos. So I'm like, well, all right, I don't really have any other talent. I'm not a sexy, beastie woman who can flop my boobies everywhere. I don't have any other great talents. So we just took our channel a little bit further and made it about Lorelai and our two dogs and our travels and our adventures and immigration and everything we know and learned. So yeah, we got 9 people watching. Thank you all for watching. Give us some more thumbs up if you would, please. And just going to throw this out there that if you like anything our channel does, please feel free to hit us up on PayPal. That's the best thing. Got to throw that out there. So, as you know, we're still in the hunt for a $5 million beach house. Just haven't got very far on that. But that's okay. It is what it is, right, guys? And I'm trying to have a good week this week. I'm going to move my camera a little taller. There we go. I feel better. Having a coma for a long time and trying to figure out what happened when you're gone is like Captain America trying to figure out modern media. Yeah, I'll tell you, I definitely, it took me over a year to kind of come back to reality, I guess. Because it wasn't so much for me what I missed while in a coma. It was about the trauma that was inflicted upon me in the trauma or in the coma. So I went through a horrible, horrible coma, not a peaceful one at all. Not one where you saw bright, pretty lights in a stairway to heaven or any of that bull crap. Mine was the opposite. So my coma was not good, not peaceful. And it took me a long time to recuperate from it. And to some degree, I'm still getting over it. So, and that's part of what made me sad, or makes me really sad, about my dog Daisy passing away. My dog Daisy is one of the reasons I'm still here, to be honest. If that little doggy hadn't been a puppy when we got her, and when I came out of my coma, she was a little puppy. I'll just be honest with everybody, and there'd be a really good chance that I wouldn't be here today, and that would be by my own hands, because of everything I went through. The coma was so traumatic, and everything after that followed was so traumatic, that the poor little doggy, probably saved my life. I know that when I would have night terrors, my little doggy would wake me up and protect me and get me out of the night terrors from the coma. So, I miss my dog for sure. We don't know if we're going to get another one. We still have Lily, the red one, so we're down to one. But wiener dogs, Dachshunds, they like, they're companion dogs. They like to have another buddy, another dog with them, is what they are. So, but I don't recommend a coma on anybody. I just don't. I don't think it's a good thing. But I guess we're all happy to be here. We're all happy to be here. I don't really, and I have to say, I never really watched Captain America. Is he part of the Marvel comics? The Marvel comics I never really watched or got into. Well, to be honest, I really got into any of it. But we're doing all right. We're dealing with it. Crap. I made a mess on my desk. So I feel bad that we didn't get to make the videos that we wanted to make while we were in Alabama, in Florida. We'd hoped to make a lot of videos, do some live. We got to do 1 or 2 live streams, but so I kind of feel like I ripped you guys off. I shortchanged you because I just didn't get to make the videos I wanted to make. And I am working on some videos. We got to finish up and get some more videos out. I got a lot of a lot of clips and snips that I need to put together to make videos out of. But to be honest, it's been a little challenging since our dog passed away. Really haven't had the motivation to do that. So I'm hoping in the next week or two especially if the weather here warms up. It's supposed to warm up, be in the upper 70s and the low 80s next week. The rain's supposed to go away. I'm hoping my yard will dry out so my lawn mowing people can come and clean up and mow my yard for the first time of the season. And I'm thinking of that. I got to go outside and pick up all the junk out of my yard. So, yeah, that's kind of what we've been doing. We've been doing just that. So we hope everybody is doing great in the world, and everything that you guys want to do is what we hope you're doing. But, you know, we hope that nobody has to go through the crap we have to go through in life. You know, I know life can always be harder and more challenging. Captain America is a Marvel character who is frozen in the Arctic during World War II and is 127 years old. Retired being the Captain America. Wow. So he was frozen in time, so to speak, right? And then they woke him up, and we did watch Wonder Woman 1984, 86, 82, whatever the Wonder Woman was, where there's a time warp thing there, or a time thing. And that was pretty good, but yeah, I know I just never followed the Marvel stuff that much, you know, just never have. And so when he woke up from the ice, he couldn't handle it. What was it? Just confused? I'm sure it'd be a shock. You know, it wasn't for me. Things didn't change, and in the time that I was in the coma, really. It was all the psychological stuff that I dealt with during the coma that I had to go through and deal with, and still deal with today. You know, I mean, there's triggers all over the place that make you fall back into things. But we got 7 people in the background. If anybody wants to come up and throw a chat out, if you got a question about anything, if you need advice, one thing I do well, apparently people say, is I give good advice. And I'm happy to do that. I don't even charge for advice. I give it freely. Sometimes I give it so free, you may not want it. I do have this really cool gadget I'm looking forward to trying out. Well, I've tried it out a little bit, but using. It's a wireless smart meat thermometer. It's a really cool thing. We like to cook out during the summer a lot. And so we got a digital meat thermometer. You have an app that you put on your phone, I guess. His birthday, is it really? Wow, July the 4th. Is that why he becomes Captain America? Because that is our national holiday. So, I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. But apparently, you charge this up. This is the probe that you put in the meat. Stick it in there, right? It's all wireless. And it sends the temperature of your food back to your iPad or your phone. I'm going to probably use an iPad because I don't want to add another app to my damn phone. There's too many apps on my phone as it is. So, but we cook a lot, and I'd make a lot of pork lechon and ribs and things. So, there we go. Looking forward to trying this out. Getting it going. Not real expensive an item. I think it was about 50 bucks or so. So that's my new little gadget I'm excited about, my barbecue grill area, which is something I'm working on is my dirty kitchen. So, yeah, you know, what do we have? We have Memorial Day coming up in a few weeks. At the end of the month, we have Memorial Day, which is good. It's on a Monday as always. Last Memorial Day, I'll tell you guys, that we had tornadoes here. Last Memorial Day, we had tornadoes kicking our ass. I mean, they came through and beat the living snot shit out of our community. So, Tim is in the evening, or in the house. Good evening, Pac, Tim says. How are you, Tim? How's the temp in the Philippines? It's still cool, rainy here. We're hoping the sun's peeking out now. We're supposed to get sunshine tomorrow, which is Friday, right? Yeah. So I need to get some work done outside, but I need a little bit warmer weather to do all of that, and need to do that. I was telling everybody that I'm kind of disappointed, and I feel bad that I wasn't able to complete my mission in Alabama and Florida. I was hoping to bring you guys a lot of good videos and photos and things from Alabama. The salt water, I did a couple live streams on the beach and in traffic and some other things, but we didn't get anything done like we wanted to do in Alabama. So I feel like I'm sitting here in my office and I'm working on things and I'm kind of like, I feel bad. Not only did our dog pass away, but I don't have all the stuff I was going to share with you guys. I screwed up and didn't make enough, So I feel bad. You're not going to stay long because you got a 13-hour brownout. Oh my God. What are you going to do for the 13 hours, Tim? Are you going to just muscle it out at home? Or, you headed to the mall for part of it? Yeah, it's really bad, it's really bad when you get planned brownouts. Do you have enough power during the brownout to run at least one fan? When we were having brownouts on Cebu, sometimes we could have enough power to keep the refrigerator going and a fan. Uh-oh. And that was about it. So we would have stuff like that we could do, but not a lot. So, but we thank everybody for coming in anyway. Thank you all for the thumbs up. That's really nice of you. So we had brownouts. We hated them. We lived without power and water for over 10 days, and we didn't have good water for the last 3 or 4 months we were there because of the Typhoon Odette. So we had a lot of issues in the Philippines ourselves, and part of it is probably my pissed off attitude. I don't know. Lorelei blames it on me, and that's okay. But so we would have those, and man, those old concrete houses would just get so hot. And we didn't have any screens on the windows, and so we'd have to let all the mosquitoes in to join us. So if we would have had screens on the windows, it would have been much better. It would have been much more tolerable. But laying there in the heat, sweltering, suffocating, having trouble breathing, because I have trouble breathing, and then getting eaten up by mosquitoes is not a good way to be. Yeah, that's the thing, Tim. Tim's going to go out for lunch and go for a drive. The mall will be overcrowded. Yeah. Scheduled burnouts mean everybody runs to the mall. So the mall's not the place you want to go because it's going to be more crowded than ever. And that kind of sucks, Sucks big time. Even on a normal day, for me, the malls are too crowded in the Philippines. Not a big fan of the crowds, as you know, Tim. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got to go to the mall sometimes. Part of the problem I had in the Philippines, I was just bored shitless, to be honest. I get bored in America like you can't believe. But at least in America, part of what I tell people is, I have a car. I can get in it and drive anywhere in the nation I want to go. I don't have any problems, headaches, issues. If I want to run to Walmart, I can run to Walmart. I have no issues, no problems. So that's good. We have the same. We have a couple rechargeable fans that we keep recharged and solar fans. So, yeah, that's important. Those are the lessons that we learned in the Philippines. And we have those here in America. We have all rechargeable fans and lights as emergency setup, even here in America. Happy says, life is like a lot of things. It can start and end how it wants. Well, yeah, if you're talking about, look, I agree that life is what we make of it, right? heaven can be on earth anywhere you are. Hell can be on earth wherever you are. And a lot of it's mindset. And I know we made a lot of mistakes living in the Philippines, and I'll take the blame for all of them. It's easier for me just to say it's all my fault and deal with it and move on. Don't have any water today? Damn. Damn. But even here in America, life is a struggle. I mean, you don't know when you're going to get a monkey. I mean, our dog died last week, and man, that kicked the crap out of us. I know a lot of you people out there think, it's just a damn dog, but it's not a damn dog to me. And life is hard everywhere you go. It's just a different degree of difficulty and a different form of difficulty is what it is. Tim, are you going to be able to get some water? Is the girlfriend going to come over and join you for lunch and all of that? You guys going to hang out together today, the girlfriend? So, but yeah, I mean, I still encourage people to go to the Philippines. I encourage them to go live there. I think it's a good thing. We talk to expats and people living there all the time, every day. And I think it's a good thing. I know a lot of people are excited about the Philippines. A lot of people seem to want to go back and forth. So whatever works for everybody is what works. Losing a living being is like losing a part of you. Happy it really is, whether it's a human being and or just a dog like me. And like I said earlier, for everybody, the dog literally saved my life. I can honestly tell you, not proud of it, but I can honestly tell you that after my coma, that if the poor little dog Daisy wasn't here with me, I wouldn't be here today, and I would have done that by design. So I know that. But the dog caused me to have something to focus on and made me laugh and giggle and brought me out of that horribleness that I was in after the coma. Yeah, that's the crazy thing, Tim, and I've told people about this. This is why, Tim, a bigger conversation is, that's why I tell people, don't worry about the Filipinos. If we weren't involved in their lives, what would they do? They would survive and make it happen. They are the most resilient people I've ever met. They just are. Us Americans are not, or I am not. I'm not resilient, I don't guess. But I always tell guys, hey, I get a message from a guy a couple times a week saying, hey, my new girlfriend says that, poor grandma died or Bobby fell off the scooter and scratched up his leg, and now we have these medical bills. And, well, should I send them money? And I'm like, there's a lot of different ways to look at that. But I tell them the first thing is, what would they do if you were not in their life? They're resilient, and they will. Whether it's true or not that Bobby fell off the scooter or not isn't even relevant. It's the fact is, the Typhoon Odette that wiped us out didn't, it negatively affected everybody. But the Filipino, and this is what I was amazed at, they just packed their shit and left. I don't know where they went, but we would see them with suitcases walking out of the neighborhood. I don't know where they went, but they went somewhere. It took us over 10 days before we could get to somewhere safe. Yeah, they don't seem to have a big issue with it. They just kind of roll with it, which is a good thing. I mean, Lorelai's really good at that too. I don't know if we are or I am, but thank you all for being here. You got 12 in the house. Give us some more thumbs up behind the scenes there, guys. Come forward and let us know who's hanging out and talking to us. Let us know. Just say hi. Come in and say hello. Introduce yourself. If you have any questions or thoughts on anything, let me know. If you want to talk about a particular topic, let me know. So today they got a new pope. I'm not Catholic, but I think the election of a pope is very interesting. So they have a new pope now. He's from America originally. First time in the history of the world, I guess. What would you change about your past if the butterfly flag didn't exist? Well, I mean, there's a lot of stupid shit that has come out of my mouth. I've said some really stupid stuff. Really stupid stuff. Um, but the butterfly, and part of what we all have to understand is the butterfly effect does exist. If it did not though, there are certain people that was in my life that I would not, if I could do a do-over, I would not let them in my life. I guess that's the best way to say. I wasted too much time, too much money, and too much energy on them. And if I could change that, that's the one thing I would change. I'm not going to name them, but I would definitely, if it didn't have a ripple effect, which I know it would, I would definitely do that. I would change a particular person that I wasted tons of time, energy, and money on. So, what about you, Happy? Is there anything that you would go back and change? And that's what we have to look at is, the butterfly effect is real. Whether people believe it or not, I believe it is. We get focused as humans on how does things benefit us. I look at the loss of I'm just going to use my dog as a simple example. Sure, losing my dog is very difficult for me. I don't know what to do now. I told people the other day, everybody, that I feel like I'm stuck in traffic. Not just because of the dog, but because we didn't complete our mission in Alabama. I have no clue where I'm going and what I'm doing this year. And Daisy, the loss of my dog kind of, intensified that. So I kind of feel like I am stuck in traffic. I can't go forward, can't go backwards, I can't go left, I can't go right, and I don't know which way to go. Even if I could go, I don't know which way to go. Happy says, I would just spend my whole life with my past out because I can fix my past every day. All right. I would have been born rich instead of good looking. There you go. Some of us, that's what happens. I would rather be rich than good looking too, my friend. So, but we don't know why. And I've had to learn this over the years. And I preach this and I talk about this. So let's just keep it simple with my dog. My dog had a heart issue from birth. Now, she was able to live 8.5 years. She traveled the world. She got to eat steak and all kinds of food all the time. She had a great life. For a dog, my dog had a great life for 8.5 years until she passed away. Now, she greatly benefited me, right? But if you look at the other side of the coin, what did we do for that dog? We probably gave that dog 8.5 years that it wouldn't have had if it lived in another household or another family. So you kind of don't know who's getting what. It can be a symbiotic relationship where, it's mutual, where people get this and that. It can be one-sided, where you are suffering, but your suffering benefits somebody else, and we don't understand that, but they are truly benefiting in a way, hopefully, that will positively change their lives. And I have to accept that, like this one person I mentioned, all the money, time, and energy I spent on them, I wish I would have never done it. But I know it greatly benefited their world. And I don't know if the individual is better off, but I know people around the individual that was affected by that individual is much better off because of what I did. But I was not better off. But that's okay. But Daisy, I look at it as a symbiotic relationship. She helped me and I helped her. We loved our little doggie. You guys seen her on our YouTube channel. And we're still contemplating getting a new puppy. We've been looking. They're very expensive. They're between $2,000 and $3,000, which is just ungodly, unbelievable. So we don't know if we're going to do that. Well, we can't do that. I'm just telling you, we can't dump $2,000 to $3,000 on a dog. And I know I'm being picky. I want another female, long-haired wiener dog, and she doesn't got to be AKC registered or anything like that, because she's a house pet. So I know I'm picky, but we're working and networking and trying to figure out Lorelai had messaged me earlier that she met somebody at her work that is into, dachshunds too. And they got somebody that may have puppies coming up in the future that they could sell us one, way cheaper than a pedigreed wiener dog. What's my thoughts on Gaza? Look, you guys may not like my thoughts on Gaza, but I'll tell you. Tim, take care. We appreciate you. Go enjoy the gym and stay out of the heat and enjoy your brownout, buddy. We appreciate you. All right. You may not like what I think about Gaza, but I'll tell you. I feel this way. If a country, any country, attacks unprovoked another country. Now, granted, I know there's a bunch of religious drama going on for hundreds of millions of thousands of years, right? Who cares? But when you attack another country and or a person, I personally believe that the country that has been attacked should do everything in their power to blow you out of the water. I personally believe that if I was Israel, I would have blown Gaza off of the freaking planet. I would have said enough is enough. I would go in there and bulldoze every building down to the ground. I would bomb the living dog shit out of it so hard, so fast, and never stop. I would tell the people, you got 5 days to get out of there, and we are destroying your entire way of life. And that doesn't matter. If Japan attacks Taiwan, I would expect Taiwan to do the same thing to Japan. Doesn't matter who you are, what religion you are. If Canada attacked America, I would expect America to destroy that place down to rubbles so that it never happens again. Now, people may not like that about me, but that's my honest opinion when it comes to stuff like that. If you're going to pick a fight, make sure you can win the fight. Otherwise, shut your mouth, sit down, and mind your business. So don't pick a fight with somebody that can wipe you off the planet. Ukraine and Russia, one, we shouldn't be involved. And I know Ukraine would lose to Russia if it wasn't for the world trying to help Ukraine. The war would have been over in 7 days. Russia would have went in and took over Ukraine. I don't care, to be honest. I know they're all fighting over money, mineral rights. That's what it's all about. It's not a religious war. It's really more about Russia. And I think Russia's wrong because Russia invaded Ukraine. No question. And if Ukraine has the ability to blow Russia off of the earth, they should do it, but they don't. And that's kind of part of the sad thing is when a bigger a bully, and I think Russia's a bully, I think we're a bully in some sense. When Ukraine should have done everything in their God-given power, and I don't believe they are, to fight back or to surrender. You got to shit or get off the pot. You got to go all in. And what I don't like, and maybe this is just me, and maybe people won't like this, is what I don't like is this tit for tat crap. Look, I have the mentality that what Ukraine should have done, if Russia, and same thing, if Canada attacks America, doesn't matter who it is, we should do, or we attack Canada, I don't give a crap. The smaller country, the weaker one, should do everything in its power to destroy the bigger one as fast and as hard as they can. They should go and attack the civilians, the infrastructure, the capital of the country. They should do everything going down in a fight. They should fight to the very end, and they shouldn't just go, well, you attacked her, so I'm going to attack her. I don't like this. Forget it. You're either going to kill each other and destroy each other, or you're not. Or otherwise, you're just playing patty cakes. Hey, I'm going to slap you, you slap me. No. You slap me, I'm going to break your nose. So, that's what I think about that. I hope, if that offends anybody, I don't tell you. No, James, we're not in Dumageddon. We're actually from Cebu. My wife is from Cebu, but we're currently in the United States. But we lived in Cebu. We've been there a bunch of times also on vacations, and we have land in Cebu. And we got to go back next year, but we're currently living in America, is where we're at. So, James, are you in the Philippines yourself? Or what's your situation? Are you married to a Filipina? Are you wanting to be married? You know, what's going on there? So, no, and I've never been to Dumaguete, never been there. I never saw the logic in going there. And I'll just tell you, the logic of going where there's a whole bunch of other expats, why would you want to do that? I didn't go to the Philippines to hang out with Americans. Anthony's in the house. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate you coming in. We do. Thank you. How are you? What's going on in your world? Good morning. Oh, by the way, everybody, you guys need to say hello to everybody. Everybody say hello to everybody. And Anthony, since MJ knows you really well and trusts you, I don't know if you would mind. Can I turn you blue? Anthony, would you be okay if I gave you a wrench so that you could help out anytime you're here? Do you have a list of regrets? Oh, shit. No, I don't have a list. I have a book of regrets. I have a gigantic book of regrets. Regrets, yes, tons of them. Hello, Anthony. Thank you all for saying hello to each other. Please do that. It's the only way. And if you have a YouTube channel, let me know so that we can help you promote your YouTube channel. James, I'm also an expat and will be retiring and doing Getty soon. I might visit Cebu. I heard that the place is amazing. God bless you, sir. Yeah, thank you, James. You know, so are you, if I can ask, are you a married expat or are you just going to go over and live the expat life? I think Dumaguete is very American. Now, it's going to be more, as you probably have done your research, you know that Dumaguete is more expensive now because of all the foreigners living there. I think it's still a nice place to live, but it's very foreigner friendly, but it's also reflective in the cost of living there. So yeah, we are from Cebu City, and we have property up in a place called Bogo, Cebu. There you go, Happy. That's a good way to say it, Happy. So I have more regrets than the amount of words in English. Yeah. So James, what has made you decide Dumaguete? Why do you want to go to Dumaguete, if I could ask? Or what's one or two things that you go, oh, Dumaguete, yes. And if you're single, you got to remember the Filipino women are everywhere. They're everywhere. So not just in Dumaguete, they are literally everywhere. But yeah, regrets, man. I have regrets every day. There's stupid things I do every day that I go, shit, I shouldn't have done that. Do I have any regrets that make me crazy? No, not really, because I've learned to accept that I'm a screw up. I've screwed up, and I can't do anything about my past. All I can do is live for tomorrow and keep moving forward. What happened yesterday happened, and I can't change that. All I can do is try to make a better future. But I have, my God, more regrets than you can imagine. And that's okay. So, still got a bunch of people watching in the background. Come in and say hello and give us a thumbs up, by the way. We appreciate that. And I can't, you know, I don't know. I just, I don't, when we focus on our regrets, our mistakes, usually one thing we should do, we need to learn from the past. But if we stay focused on the past, it's going to get us down a dark, dark road that we don't need to go. And that's why we have to learn to let go and go, look, yes, I made an ass out of myself on XYZ day. I did very bad on XYZ day, but it's over. I can't do anything more about it. You know, and all I can do is try to be better today than I was yesterday. It's all I can do. And I'm trying to do that with the loss of my dog. I'm trying to get better every day dealing with that. But it's the same thing with finances. You know, fishing, everything that we do. YouTube, I'm trying my hardest to make a better YouTube channel for people. So if you could make flags, what would the flag of your life look like? Oh my goodness gracious. I think it'd be very complicated. It would be busy. It would be, I truly believe what I would do with the flag. I would want to combine the love of the Philippines and America as part of it. I would want to combine all the things that we enjoy and none of the negative. So we like to travel, we fish, my wife likes to shop. We like the Philippines, we like America, we like our dogs. My flag would be like that. But I would not put any of the mistakes. I would not put any of the, I would not. My flag would be the best of our world, is what it would be. So what about you? I mean, that's a great question. Never heard of that question before. So yeah, and that's what I try to do. I try to encourage all of you guys and girls and everybody to keep moving forward in life. And I hope that we can do that. I mean, I gotta admit, losing my dog last week was not a good few days. Things are getting better now. The weird thing for me, and whether you guys, and you're gonna understand that I don't really care, but the weird thing for me is people dying doesn't bother me. People doing stupid stuff and needing help, well, because I look at this and Lorelai my wife kind of makes fun of me because I spoil the living crap out of our dogs. But I've explained to her that animals are not humans. Humans can fend for themselves. Hey, Crystal Lynn, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. How are you? So humans, when we do stupid shit that gets us into stupid troubles, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, I don't have any sympathy for you. I do have sympathy for animals because they don't get to have that opportunity not to do, you know what I mean? And so I am more fond of animals, I guess, than probably humans. I've had a lot of family members pass away over the years. I know this sounds horrible of me, but when family dies, it just doesn't bother me. It just doesn't. It is what it is. It's a human thing. So, but animals are different. If you so it's kind of weird. I don't know how to explain that. Crystal, how are things going in Canada? Is your part of Canada ready to become part of America? Crystal says, same. I have my own kids. I've had to disown them. Yes. And look, the good thing about that, Crystal, is it can always change. I've told you, I got a friend that didn't see his kids for over 30 years. Now they've reconnected over the last 5 or 6 years. And they have a pretty good relationship. They've learned a lot in those 30 years. But it is what it is. Now, I also believe that his kids came back around because dad was getting old and they knew dad had a lot of money. So I think that was part of the motivation. Krista says, well, whatever Bob wants. Bob, is that his name? You're a new guy? Well, I just think it's funny, the whole Canadian thing. And I'm watching some of your leaders fight with each other. So it's kind of a good thing. But if you're Catholic out there, and I'm not Catholic, but if you are Catholic, they got a new pope. He originally was born in America, so they're calling him the first American pope. I don't really believe he's a true American because he's lived overseas most of his adult life, but that's okay. Nope, it's a new pope. Yep, new pope today. I don't know his name. I'm not really into the Catholic people's names. But he's new. He's from America. Americans are I think I told my wife today. I think there's a reason why they elected him. The Catholic Church is not stupid. They're very good business people. There's a reason they elected an American pope. Hawkbird's in the house. Hey, good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Appreciate that, all of y'all. some war news coming, India and Pakistan, any views? Yeah, I saw, and look, I like both countries. I'm a big fan of both countries. I got friends that are Pakistani, and I got friends that are from India. I like the food. I like both countries very much. I don't know what the big beef is. I don't understand, and I got to admit, I just don't know what the beef is between those two countries. You would think they would have a much better relationship with each other. And even my friends from each country, they really don't know what the big beef is. What? Crystal says, I don't believe he was born in America. He's born in Chicago, has a birth certificate at all. The last time white smoke from Sistine Chapel, or whatever, I was seen in 1908. Well, they do it every time they elect a new pope. I think my flag would look very simple. It would look like the American flag without the blue part. Okay. It would have red to symbolize the anger, and black would symbolize sadness, and white would symbolize the joy of life. Wow. All right. So you've given that some thought. All right. That sounds good. I vision the color of my flag would have a lot of blue in it. You know what I mean? For water and air. I don't know what that means, but my flag would have a lot of water in it. The beef is about kidnapping and crossing borders with children. It's now labeled as, it is human trafficking. That's correct. That's human trafficking. So, which is a very bad thing, and it needs to be stopped. And I saw that our FBI is doing very good with that here in America. Hey, our good friend Anna, the Philippine villager. Anna, how are you today? Good to meet you. Thank you for coming over from MJ's live stream. So Anna has a YouTube channel. Does anybody else have a YouTube channel? Let me know. Anna, if you would like, I will turn you blue so that you can drop your link to your channel. So, and let me know if anybody else is out there that needs a blue wrench so that you can drop your stuff. So everybody say hello to Anna, by the way. Please say hello to each other. We should cooperate and learn. We should, but we're not going to. Humans are so full of crap that we all think we're the smartest individual there is. No, it needs to stop worldwide. There should never be human trafficking. And here's what I'm going to say about that is I think America and Canada does some of the best. There are some of these third world countries where they don't even try to stop it. Happy says, hello, Anna. Anna says, thank you so very much. Well, Anna, I like your channel. I think you're doing good over there. I think we can be great friends and help each other. So feel free to drop your link and come in. Anna says, hello to you, Happy. Because the truth will come out, my daughter lives in a group home where guess the name of one of those workers, Anna. Well, I don't think this Anna who lives in the Philippines had anything to do with human trafficking or anything. But human trafficking is a horrible thing. We found just a few days ago on a cruise ship, the FBI arrested some cruise ship people for looking at the pictures of children, you know what I mean? And guess where she's from? The Philippines? Is that what you're going to tell me? Well, there are a lot of people, a lot of Filipinas in the healthcare system. And Canada's brought a lot of healthcare workers over from the Philippines, just like America. But Anna's a good one. Trust me on this. That I wouldn't know. I don't know which company would hire them. I know there's a lot of companies that sponsor Filipino workers in Canada. So, but the company, I don't know. I don't know. You're going to have to tell me. Entrust Disability Services. All right. So do you think the Filipino worker is a bad one or a good one? I think the earth is getting more and more uninhabitable. Yeah, I tell people all the time, the earth would be great if all the humans would get off of it. Oh, in God we trust. Okay. Yeah, I think the Earth is very resilient. I don't think we give this planet enough credit. Now, I want to say that I think we damage it too much. We are not good for the planet Earth. We are not. We're good for ourselves. Humans only look out for themselves. But I do think if humans would quit abusing the planet, it could heal pretty quickly. The agency is called Interest. I gotcha. Interest. Well, sounds like a good name. Interest. Canadian, probably healthcare agency of some sort, right? Well, hopefully your daughter is doing okay in their hands, I hope. Yeah, humans can't not stick their fingers where they don't belong. So for everybody in the background, give us a thumbs up. Come up front. We need a thumbs up, everybody, if you would. We appreciate you guys all for doing that. And let us know who's in the background, though. We got a lot of people in the background. Maybe the spies. Gus is in the house. Good evening. How are you doing today? Gus, I'm doing pretty good. How are you, buddy? How's Georgia? Hope it's going well. Yeah, we're having a better day today. Gus knows about losing wiener dogs, and I'm having a better day today. I am. But I appreciate you coming in, Gus, and supporting us as always, and the thumbs ups. Look at the virtual children and how people treat them. Yeah. Gus is doing good. Humans damaging the earth is like man who's sitting on a branch of a tree and cutting this. Oh, I agree with that. I agree. I totally agree with you there. Without question. That's a very good way to put it, right? Happy, that is one of the most insightful statements I've heard you do. Very, very good. Anna in the Philippines. Hi, Gus. Good evening. Gus, Anna's one of our new friends. She has a YouTube channel. Nice person. So if you guys haven't subscribed to Anna, I wish you guys would. Takes time to heal. It does. It does. Little things trigger you, but we're working on it. I mean, I'm over that part where I'm pissed off. So I guess that's good. Gus says hello to you, Anna. So yeah, it's getting better. It really is. You're a moderator on her channel? Well, why aren't you a moderator on mine? I didn't know that, Gus. Are you okay if I make you a moderator on mine, Gus? Are you okay with that? I made you a moderator whether you like it or not. So... But yeah, every day. Lorelai told me today that she ran into somebody at work and they were talking about they had a wiener dogs and she got talking to them and their family member has wiener dogs and they think they're going to have puppies down the road and they have long hair. I want a female long hair is what I like. So we're playing it by ear, not getting too excited. If I go out and buy one, it's going to run me $2,000 to $3,000. They told Lorelai that they would probably sell us one for $400 to $500. So, and they don't need to be pedigreed, so we'll just kind of look at that, guys. So, that's what I have. Yes. Yeah, well, my Daisy was a long hair female. Lily's a short hair female, and I don't want a male. I just want females. But I think a long hair and a short hair has a different personality. And I really obviously like Daisy's personality. So I'm hoping that the long one would have a really good personality. So I don't know. But we're doing good. We're doing good. I worked on cleaning out the freezer today some. And I've been trying to be more energetic at cleaning house. Lorelai's back at work. I was telling everybody I was really sad because I didn't get to do all the videos I wanted to do for you guys. I feel like I have failed because on our trip to Florida and Alabama, I had all these videos planned to do. And I only got to do a few of them. But after her passing and we came home early, I really kind of feel bad that I failed you guys. They do have a mind of their own. Holy smoking butt farts. Let me tell you, wiener dogs, oh, they got a whole different world going on in their world. Whole different world. But as I told people, and I openly say this, I'm not proud of it, but my little wiener dog saved my life. I kind of feel that way though, because I really had so many great things I wanted to do and I just didn't get them done. And I go, damn, you know. But after she passed away, I just couldn't focus. I mean, I canceled meetings. I had a lot of business things set up in Alabama, and I canceled them all. But yeah, but I tell people openly, look, and whether you like this or not, or it makes me weak or not, I don't know. But when I came out of my coma, Daisy was a puppy. She's very little. And I raised her kind of in my lap after recuperating from the coma. She, if it wouldn't have been for that dog, I would not be here today, alive today. And that would be by design. So the little doggy, you know, gave me something to live for, gave me something to do. And of course, made me laugh and smile at the goofiness of a puppy. So they do more for us, healing and hearts, than you could ever know. So I know, but I feel like a failure. I got a video I'm trying to do on my dirty kitchen. I've been working on that. I got one more little snippet I need to do, about another minute, a minute and a half of video I need to take to complete the dirty kitchen video. But the weather sucks, so I can't go out to my dirty kitchen and get it done. I need some nice warm weather, hopefully this weekend, so I can go out and do another 1 or 2 minutes of a video. I can't even get that done. I'm like, holy crap and butt fart, you know? So, but yeah, we did do a few live streams in Alabama, but I was really excited about getting some things done, and it just took but that's all right, right? It is what it is. I can't do any more. So I haven't done any product review videos lately. I've been getting stuff. I just haven't had the desire to do them. But I probably will get back to that later this year. Later, I don't know. I'm trying to get remotivated. I'm trying to figure out how to energize my channel. I'm trying to figure out how to grow my channel. And I'm not doing very good at it, to be honest. So I think I'm kind of failing a lot of people. I do recognize one weird thing about YouTube, or maybe it's not. I do recognize the fact that there's a lot of these channels that I've grown up on in YouTube land. A lot of these people that have been around for years or were around years ago just aren't around anymore. They're not around anywhere anymore. And so you kind of build an audience and you have a group of people that follow you regularly. And what I'm learning over the years is that continues to shift. Because whether people decide they don't like you anymore, or that you're boring and they go away, or they just go away. And then you have to shift to a new audience or people that are getting involved and try to attract and find them. And so that's part of what we got to do. And that's what we were hoping to do with some of our Alabama stuff, but it didn't come through. But it's all right. I mean, we may go on a cruise, later or next spring. We're going to try to go to the Philippines next year. We have some business to take care of in the Philippines that we need to deal with, but we're trying to communicate with the people we got to do business with, the lawyer and stuff, and get things organized. And if anybody knows how crazy it is to do business in the Philippines, it's bonkers. It takes them months upon months upon months to do anything. It's living in Filipino time. And so I've been telling my wife all this stuff that we got to go back and do. Let's see if we can't get it into motion now before we go. So therefore, when we go there, hopefully we can just sign a bunch of documents and get things over with. But I don't know, how that's going to work. That's kind of my hope. I just don't know that's going to work very well. So, but we appreciate everybody that sticks with us and follows us. We do. We miss a lot of the people that we used to know. And we know there's a lot of night people that we don't get to see very much because Lorelai's not doing the night live streams as much because she's tired from work. But we got a lot we're working on, trying to do, and all of that good stuff. I don't know, but right now we're mucking through. I think we're doing okay. I think we are. So we're trying to keep up with what's going on in the news. You know, the American Pope. I think that's amazing. I'm not Catholic. I don't. You know, but I think they elected an American for. I told Lorelai, my wife, today. She's like, oh, she doesn't really care because she's not Catholic either. Even though she's Filipino, she's not Catholic. But I was telling my wife today about, hey, you know, something very strange happened. The first American Pope has ever been elected to run the Catholic Church. And I told her, I said, I think the reason for that is because I read a while back where the United States, America, more people are leaving the Catholic Church than ever before. So there's more people abandoning the Catholic Church in America than any other country. So maybe they elected an American Pope in hopes of recruiting the Americans, Catholics, back to the Catholic Church. Not for sure, but it makes sense. I heard something today I thought was really strange, and I don't believe it, that they were talking about this guy. He's I guess, a math major when he was in college or something, so he's really good at numbers, which is good because they said, because, you know, the Catholic Church is in financial trouble. And I'm like, what? I don't believe that. That Catholic Church has more money and gold and silver hidden in the Vatican than the majority of countries in the world. The Vatican is one of the richest people in the world. I mean, it just is. So for them to say, oh, they need somebody who's good with math so they can understand the books better of the Catholic Church, I think that's a bunch of hooey. A bunch of hooey. Hooey. Don't believe it. Don't believe it at all. But maybe that's their ploy. Hey, the Catholic Church, we're out of money. We need financial support. All of you people, please donate more money to the Catholic Church. I don't know. I just can't believe that the Catholic Church is in financial trouble. Just can't believe it. I won't believe it. It just doesn't make sense. Just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. So that was interesting today. I saw, you know, we got a big tiff going on with Canada and America. I think that's funny. I also found one thing I really, you know, whether you like Trump or not, and I do personally, because he pisses people off and I enjoy that. Trump he's moving 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of everybody. It's like when he was pissing off Canada the other day saying, we don't want to buy your cars, we want to make our own. We don't want to buy your stuff, we want to do our own. He already knew that he had this big trade agreement with the UK. And so Canada went out after that, running around, running their mouth, going, well, we're going to, you know, change partners. We're going to be seeking other avenues versus buying American goods. We're going to stick it to America because they've made us mad. We're no longer friends. We no longer have a great relationship with America. We're going to go somewhere else and buy products. Well, he already knew that the UK and them were doing a deal, a big deal. He also knows that Vietnam, Thailand, all these other countries are lining up to sign next. So when Canada is running their mouth going, oh my goodness, you know, we're going to go and deal with other people because America doesn't like us anymore. Because America's telling us to stand on our own 2 feet. But America will come and protect us if we ever get in a military conflict. So I think that's just kind of funny that there has to be so many things under the table that he's working on that we have no clue about. And he whether you like him, he has to be a master chess player. Now, maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know, but after today, I think he's 2, 3, 4, 5 steps ahead of everybody. I don't think people don't know what he knows, and he's got a big plan, and he's putting it in. So it sounds like the shipping industry is coming back to America. It sounds like, you know, Boeing just got a gigantic deal to sell planes in the UK, and China said, we're not going to buy Boeing anymore because we hate America, because America won't buy our shit. But UK come back and said, we're going to order more than China would have. So the fact that China tried to hurt us isn't going to hurt us. It's going to make Boeing better. It's just crazy. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's just crazy. Very crazy out there. But we appreciate everybody watching our channel and doing all of that. We're looking forward to spring, guys. Let me get on something happy. Politics or money is not all that exciting. I do think we maybe, interest rates need to come down. I'm stuck on that. Interest rates need to come down on homes without question. Food is coming down. I think food's cheaper. HN is in the house. Hello, how are you? Is it raining where you are? It's still raining. I think we're in our last day of rain. I'm hoping we are. So how are you, Mr. HN? So I do think food is coming down. We paid, I'll tell you, in Alabama, believe it or not, we paid $2.45 a gallon for gas. That was the cheapest I found and this was at a real place, not one of those gas stations that water down the gas. It was a real gas station, a big brand. So we paid like $2.48 a gallon. That was the cheapest. The most we ever paid on our trip was in Arkansas. When we got back, I think it was like $2.68. So not raining? Good. It's been raining here, raining. My yard is nothing but a big, gigantic mud, squishy sponge. And we're waiting for it to dry out. My lawn people need to come and mow my yard, but they can't do it until next week. Because it's too wet and too rainy. And we're supposed to get some dried out weather. We're supposed to get some sunshine in 70s and 80 degrees next week, which is very important to us. Because I got some things I need to do, and I want to get on with my life. I'm tired of the winter. I'm tired of freezing my butt off. I'm ready for a sunshine and warm weather. When we were in Alabama, it was 85 and beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We get back to Arkansas, it's 55 and raining. Everyone needs to come down. Everything does. I agree. Way too expensive. And look, and a lot of it is, I believe it's corporate greed, and we're at the home of Walmart, as you guys all know, right? And thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. Corporate greed is part of the problem. It's not necessarily supply and demand, but it's corporate greed. These companies are jacking the price. What they do is they jack the price up. So if it's $1 today, they make it $2 tomorrow and get everybody pissed off. And they go, oh, well, okay, we'll be nice and we'll lower it to $1.50. It's nothing but corporate greed. That's part of the big problem is corporate greed, not necessarily the big gigantic economy and all this other microness and the macro economy and micro economy. A lot of it's corporate greed. These companies are making so much freaking money and they don't care that they're hurting Americans that they're supposed to be representing. They're supposed to be on our side. They're supposed to be a part of the American community. They're supposed to do the good. We would hope they would do the right thing, but they're gouging us because they can. That's the biggest problem. It really is. And I think it's a shame. Nothing we can do about it, I don't think. But everything needs to come down. Everything is expensive. But I do think things are coming down. I really believe that. Eggs are cheaper than they were. Here's what's weird. All right. You live with a Filipina. So when the eggs were as high as they were, Lorelai's like, oh, we got to buy eggs and eat eggs more. And I'm like, well, I hate eggs, but okay. So now that the prices are back down, we haven't bought any eggs. We haven't bought any eggs in about a month. But when they were at their peak, we had to buy eggs and eat eggs. Yeah. And that penny bubble gum is still only worth a penny. You know what I mean? I wonder if they're going to do away with the penny. Wasn't there talk that they're going to do away with the penny? It is crazy. Hey, we got a little good financial news. We were able to get Lorelai's sister off of our phone bill. Now, I'll say she did pay her part, but I'm very happy that she's no longer part of my phone bill. Yeah, So that's our good financial news. That's only good financial news we have. We're trying to save up some money to get another dog, but that's going to take some time. But I told Lorelai, I said, I don't care what we got to do. If she's going to go to a different company and they're going to pay her out and get her off of our account, do it. I don't care. Let's get it nailed down and over with. So now my phone bill drops gigantically, and she paid her share, but I'm just happy not to be entangled. Talking about getting rid of it. Well, I don't know if it's needed or not. I don't know. I know what they did. The math says it costs what, 3 cents to make 1 penny. So I would agree. To me, logically, then you shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. If it costs more to make than it has a monetary value, then you should get rid of it. But I wonder how much it costs to make $100 bill or a $1 bill. I wonder, maybe paper's cheaper. I don't know. Maybe they should just get rid of coins altogether. I don't know how you would do that, right? I don't know what they would do. But I'm excited about some of the stuff the government's doing. I think there's going to be, I told people, and Henry, you can relate to this. I told some young people the other day that I was talking with, they're a little bit worried about their future. And I told them point blankly, look, it's a great time to be young. Go become an electrician, a welder, a plumber, a journeyman. Go get a skilled trade, because the skilled trade industry is going to be where the money is in America in the future. If you can plumb, do electric, do brick, whatever, if you got a skilled trade, that's the next big industry. It's going to boom here. Good evening, Pat. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Everybody said hello to Pat. Pat saying hello to Henry. So what's going on in your world, Pat? Anything exciting? Doing good? Nice. But I'm just telling you, with the shipyards firing up, more automotive industry firing up, Boeing getting that new deal from the UK, more jobs, more jobs. There are people laying off now, but there's going to be better jobs coming. And yeah, get a skill. Forget it. And look, I'm a college professor, retired. Don't get a college degree, get a skill. That's what I tell you. I told this group of young people the other day, don't worry about college. Go become a mechanic, an engine, something like that. Been raining this evening? Yeah, we're finishing up the rain, I hope. I hope tomorrow when I get up, it's sunny. I'm ready for warmer weather, Pat. I'm tired of being cold and rainy. And, it's part of the depression is being cold and rainy. So Pat says, hello, Gus. Yeah, Gus is in the house. We made Gus a moderator so he can help us take care of business. So I never, a lot of times I don't stop and go, oh, I should make somebody I got to think about it, or it doesn't dawn on me. And I think Gus is a great guy, so I trust Gus. So Tim was here. He's getting ready to have a big 14-hour brownout in the Philippines. So he had to go to the gym and go get some running around done before his brownout, I guess. So 14-hour brownout. That's a long brownout in the Philippines. Because it's not like it's 75 and breezy. It's going to be 95. So big difference, That's why I tell people, and I was going to do a video about this, and maybe I'll do it when I feel better. I got to get my mind right, guys. I don't know how to get my mind right. I think of the movie Cool Hand Luke, right? We're having, Luke, you just got to get your mind right, or did he say, boy, I don't know what he said, but I remember you got to get your mind right. And right now, I don't have my mind right. I had there because of the storm last. All right, yeah. Yeah, Henry lives south of me. Pat lives north of me. Henry lives a little east of me, and Pat lives east of me. So it all kind of comes through this spring, man. We've all been getting hammered. And I'm tired of it. I'm ready for, I hate the cold weather. Man, it depresses me. It doesn't help with my psychological issues. So, that's why I tell people earlier, and I tell people now that, and thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. I feel like I'm stuck in traffic. I'm stuck in traffic. Meaning, I can't go forward. I can't go backwards. I can't go left. I can't go right. And I don't know which way to go to begin with. I don't know if I should go forward or backwards or left or right. I can't do any of it. And on top of that, I don't know which way to go anyway. So I am truly stuck in traffic at this point in time in my life. And I don't know what the hell to do about it. I guess nothing. What do you do when you're stuck in traffic? Is that a good analogy, or am I just blowing smoke up the traffic signal's ass? I thought it was a good analogy. So we're just stuck in traffic. Stuck in traffic. Yeah, I feel you. I don't know. I should see how much rain. Oh, Ken messaged me. So yeah, we feel the same way. I was trying to see how much rain we've had. Rain totals. All I'm finding is the last 24 hours. I want to know about the last 30 days. I don't know. HN says traffic is in the mind can be very annoying. Well, it is. It is. It's very annoying for me, very stressful, because I'm not the type of personality that likes to be stuck in traffic. That's why I have an old beat up truck so I can just drive around shit. But but in my metaphor or my analogy, I am definitely stuck in traffic people, and I don't know how to get out of traffic. I definitely can't abandon my vehicle because that's just not an option and walk. But yeah, I don't know. It'll get there. And I know when the weather gets better, hopefully everything will get better. When I can get out of here and go fishing a little bit, maybe I'll feel better. The whole dog thing is a big thing because now Lorelai is stressed about leaving Lily home alone by herself. But I told her, I said, we can't take Lily everywhere because she's going to have to be home alone. And then, shit. So I got another heart appointment next week, a heart doctor appointment next week, I think. So I got to go see the heart doctor next week, everybody, and see how that's going. Hopefully, no bad news on that crap. So, but it feels like the health is okay, same as always. I'm just stuck in traffic. We should write a song. Stuck in traffic. What do we do? What do we do when we're stuck in traffic? But yeah, so, I'm glad everybody's going good. Yeah, it will. It's, I got to change my pacemaker. Sometime this year, my pacemaker has to be changed out. And one thing we did was to try to speed it up was, I guess they changed the frequency of it and hoped it would run my battery down faster because I would really like to get it changed in the summertime when the weather's nice. The last time we went, the lady said, well, the time before, it was like, oh, probably September. When we went this last time, she said, oh, it looks like November now. And I'm like, fuck. What do we, how long do I got to wait for this damn battery to die and get another one? So I'm ready to get it swapped out. I'm going to do a video and show you, but I am absolutely ready for this thing to get swapped out so I can move on with my life, part of it. Traffic in my mind? All right. I didn't know that. mind. I have to look that one up. But because part of our problem, or my problem is like, well, waiting for this damn thing to start beeping, right? Waiting for the pacemaker to start telling me it needs to be changed out. You know, and granted, you got like 3 months when it starts to beep to get it changed out. But it's kind of like another roadblock. It's part of the traffic jam, right? Why I'm stuck in traffic. Because I need to get it changed out. I can't go, I don't want it, we want to have it done here. So I can't go live anywhere else until I have it done. You know, so, but we'll go next week to see if it's starting to run down a little better. From the Osmond Brothers, all right, called Traffic in My Mind. Let me see if I can find that song. I probably can't play it because it's a copyright issue. Traffic in My Mind. I like the Allman Brothers, though. The Osmonds, not the is it? Yeah, it's by the Osmonds. Wow, the Osmonds. I remember them as a kid. 1972, Henry. One thing I need to do, I don't want to play because I don't want to get a copyright strike, but I'm going to kind of listen to it a tiny bit. Man, it's a rock song. All right, let me say this. I think the lyrics are okay, but the dude singing it sucks bad. And I mean, it's horrible. That's bad. He's bad. He sucks big fart Snickers. I mean, that is horrible. I think the lyrics should be good, but that was bad. Henry, showing your age a little bit. Yes, you are. You are, Henry. But gee, I mean, my God, that guy's stinky. He's stinky singer, you know. Now I remember the Osmond. My sister collected their crap when I was a little kid. I never got into them personally, but I know my sisters were, but they were teenagers back in that time. Me, I knew who they were, but really didn't excite me too much. I was thinking you might have said the Onman Brothers, and I like them. I like them. But man, that was some bad singing, people. Bad singing. I encourage all of you guys to go find that on YouTube. That's horrible singing. Hell, I think I could do better than that guy. But I'm excited. You know, I am excited to show you guys my new outdoor kitchen area, my dirty kitchen. I got a new dirty kitchen that we built, but I need some warm weather. I was telling them earlier, I need some warm weather so that I can finish up a couple last videos I need to make. But I want it to be sunny and warm, and then I'm going to do a night video too. And that's going to be a wrap up of my dirty kitchen video process. You guys will see Lorelai out there in the concrete wearing house slippers laying concrete. You know, I don't care what you think about Filipino women. One thing I would tell you, Filipino women will work. And I mean, they will work. Lorelai is one of the hardest working physical labor people that I've ever met. She's out there laying concrete with our buddy, moving dirt and rock and mixing concrete without hesitation. But she's wearing house slippers. You'll see that on the video. I'm going to try to make a short of that and try to figure out how to make it funny. But we're going to do, you know. Now you know why everybody hates him. Yes. That sucks. Yeah. And weren't they Mormons? I think they were Mormons. I don't know why they were popular. Does anybody know why they were popular? I need to find some thumbtacks. Yeah, they suck, Henry. I'm just saying. So, Henry, are you getting excited about your trip? I want to... I got too much junk in my junk drawer. And, there. All right. I'm back. Yeah, I understand why everybody hates them, that's for sure. Everybody hates them because they suck. Yeah. I mean, it's not like they were, super good looking people, right? The Osmonds weren't, they were just average look. I guess Marie was not ugly. I remember my sister had posters of Donnie, but he just looked like, to me, just an average Joe, just some dude, So, I don't know either. I need another thumbtack. Does anybody have a thumbtack I can borrow? We have a box of thumbtacks somewhere in this house, and I can't find them, which is probably not, abnormal. So, yeah, we got friends in the Philippines right now getting married. I wish we could have been there, but we can't, obviously. I mean, it's just too expensive, and we didn't have the vacation time. We had nobody to watch the dogs, and this would have been really bad. If Daisy would have died in somebody else's house while we were on vacation in the Philippines, oh my God. And for us not to be able to get back to America, that would have been a rough day. That would have been very bad for us. So in some circumstances, maybe the way this happened worked out in the best that it could. Pat says, yes. Pat has Pat, you got a thumbtack? Pat, when are you going to start your YouTube channel? You need to start your YouTube channel, and you can do some of the farm stuff. We saw your farm area, and that would be a good thing to shoot videos about. Is your outdoor area? It's very nice. Trying to get it good. And I know MJ is going to try to help you out with that. I found one. But yeah, I got some things I need to do outdoors. So I need to get better weather to get it done. And oh, I need this. Oh, I need this. This is what I've been looking for. You see this? I need this. Asher's in the house. How are you, Asher? Everybody say hello to Asher for me, if you would, please. All right, I got to clean my little mess up a little. I've been going through some of my clothes because I have so much clothes. All right. All right. Asher says they are doing good. We're glad. We are glad you're doing good. Everybody say hello to each other. Thank you for the thumbs up, by the way, Asher. We appreciate you doing that. It means the world to us. So, get that in there. Oh, crap, I missed some things. So Asher, what have you been up to? So yeah, so we're happy about that. I know it's, for us, it's tough that our dog died in Lorelei's lap, but it's also good that she died in Lorelei's lap in some ways because we were there with her. Daisy, Lily, Lorelei, and I were all in the car, and you know, um, you've been working mostly. Well, that's a good thing, right? I tell my brother all the time, who works a lot, that so the more work you do, the more chance you have to make money. You know, and we all need money. You guys see this? I'm thinking about mounting this. I got some solar lights in the mail the other day. I'm using these out of my dirty kitchen, but I got one extra. So they are multicolored. So you can do purple, you know. See? I'm trying to figure out what to do with this, and I've been thinking about putting it in my office. Yeah, she's working on, here's the funny thing. Yeah, the green beans, the Filipino green beans, and the cucumbers are doing very well. Her peppers, not so much. I think her bell peppers are still doing okay. She planted, she hasn't, it's really funny. We bought a swimming pool, a little swimming pool, as a container garden, right? And she wanted to plant carrots in it. Now, it's not very deep, and carrots are supposed to go deep, right? But I told her that maybe they'll just grow short and fat, like me. But here's the funny thing. I have it in the corner of the yard where it does get sun, but it's kind of out of our way, and and I'm going to make it look nicer than it really is. Apparently, Lily, our dog, the red dog, for some reason, she likes to get up there and lay on that dirt. She thinks it's her bed now. She thinks Lorelei's carrot bed is her own personal bed in the yard. So I'm going to have to try to figure out how to discourage her from that. So, but yeah, we've got those out. We got a couple tomato plants going. That's what I got to do this weekend. I got to move all the plant stuff. I got to get the extra dirt, stacked away. I got a lot of little things I need to do before the mowing guy comes. But so yeah, and I told her, well, maybe we'll just have short, fat carrots. If they hit the bottom, they can't go anywhere. Maybe they'll just get wider. I don't know what's going to happen to her carrots, but I don't know. But the green beans and cucumbers are doing well. Her hot peppers died. So I told her we'll just get her one plant. What we're going to go buy this weekend, one jalapeno plant, and let her have that because all she needs is one. She had like 12 of them going, but they all died while we were on vacation. So I don't know if they got too much, it got too cold or what happened, but they all died. So we'll just get her a new jalapeno plant and put it out there. I'll show you guys the garden area once we get it all done. And I know Lorelei will do her reels on it. But yeah, it's coming along. Our rose, the yard needs to be picked up. What I didn't realize was, I guess, during our Christmas and Halloween parties, apparently a lot of the children went outside and popped balloons and dumped all kinds of small little confetti all over my yard. So I need to go out there this weekend before the mowing guy gets here with my grabber. If you guys, look, if you don't have one of those grabbers, you need to get some grabbers. I need to go out there and pick up all these balloons, all these plastic pieces from cups and plates that have kind of got into my yard. So I need to get that all picked up this week and cleaned up. There's a whole bunch of dog toys out there that are just kind of there. I need to get those picked up. So I got a lot to do this weekend. I just need some warm weather, and I would be happy to do it. So it's good and exciting. I mean, we like the outdoor stuff. That's why we like the South so much. We're not in the South. And Lorelai's got to put her netting. She's got some netting for the cucumbers to grow up on. And so she has to put that in place. I want to feed the rose bushes. I have some hydrangeas out front that I need some drier weather so that I could feed them, or otherwise it's just going to wash away. Pat says, yep, we need that warm weather. No more. I agree. We need some good warm weather. So that I'm trying to be excited about simple little things. You know, I need to power wash the front of my house, but I need warm weather. I need to clean my back door better. I like to have a little warm weather. Yeah, you get the point. I just need warm weather for everything I do. I want to go fishing. I need some warm weather. I need to clean out my truck. I need warm weather. I still need to find somebody that can fix my damn doors. So I got to work on that this year. It's not an important thing. I barely drive the truck. There is something in my truck that I can't figure out. And I've been thinking about doing a video. There's a knob in my truck. I have a Dodge Dakota 4-wheel drive, you know, one of the SLTs or whatever, the fully loaded ones. And there's a knob, and I can't figure out what it goes to. I guess I need to go out there and take a little short of it and put it on the internet and say, can anybody tell me what in the hell this is for? Because I can't figure out what it's for. And it's not in the manual. It's not in anything I can find. I've searched the internet. I haven't been able to find what this little knob does. And I got the original book. I got all the original stuff for the truck. It's an old truck, but the guy took really good care of it and took care of all the documents. But it's some weird ass little knob, and I wish I knew what it did. So I need to figure out how to get you guys to tell me, hey, yeah. You know, maybe I can upload it to Dodge Forms or something. But I'm hoping to do that. I need to do that. And we got a new air compressor the other day, like a tire inflator that we did an Amazon product review on that I need to put in my truck. We have one for Lorelai's car that we got for free. So Lorelai's car has its own inflator, and then my truck now has its nice own little compact inflator for tires and things. So we keep those in our cars. But I need to clean up my truck some. I do. But I want warm weather. I need to clean out the garage. The garage is a disaster. I mean, does anybody want to come to the house and work on the garage? Just let me know. If you want to come to my house, man, we can pick a day and I can tell you everything that needs to be done in the garage. So we needed that. I did get our luggage today from our trip finally put away. It took us a week, but I did get the luggage from the trip put away. So that's a good thing. I got something done today. I need to clean my office really bad, but I want warm weather. So, and I got to do a couple little projects outside. I need to go buy some 4-inch screws and I need to get some super glue. So we got to go to Walmart this weekend and get some supplies. And I got to return. We bought some boots for Daisy and they don't work. I mean, Lily. So we got to go to and drop off a package this weekend. So all of that good stuff. We don't. Well, we're good. I've been craving sushi, but I want to go eat sushi somewhere. But I want to eat good sushi. You know, we didn't even get to enjoy that many restaurants in Alabama, which was sad. We got to eat at one good place on Dolphin Island, but we didn't get a lot of good seafood there because we weren't there long enough because of Daisy. So, but I was cleaning out the freezer today because I'm finding the meat in the freezer that's been vacuum sealed. That's over a year old, and I'm gonna pressure cook it, and I'm taking it off the bone and cleaning it up, and that's what Lily eats, is meat with rice and some other vitamins. That's what the dogs eat, right? So I was digging through the freezer tonight, doing some of that, and I got stabbed by one of Lorelai's gigantic fish heads. And she's going to do some videos later this year, how they cook the fish heads and butcher them. I want her to show you guys how the Filipinos take those big ass fish heads and bust them up and get all the meat out of them and that, because it's pretty good. We did some, you know. So that's what we've been doing, going to do. But I got to clean. I'm trying to be more active. I'm trying to get out of my rut, my rut. But it'll be all right, I think, guys. I do. You know, and but yeah, we need the warm weather, Pat, whether you like it or not. So so was MJ able to help you, Pat? Was he able to help you with your stuff? Do you think he's going to be able to help you with what you're trying to do, Pat? If not, let us know. Oh, see what James message. There's a I don't remember, Pat. I don't remember. I don't remember. I know there. I was going to tell you guys. There's one of those scams out there again, and this one's kind of funny. One of the toll scams. Remember that if you get a message or an email about how you owe money at a toll booth, it's a scam. If you've gone through a toll, you'll know it. Yeah, you gotta have dry car to work on the cars. I know, Henry. I agree with you. But Lorelai posted about this scam today because it had a Filipino phone number. In America, they were telling you the scam was, hey, you ran these tolls, you got to pay these tolls. But it had a Filipino, and some of the Filipinos on our Facebook got mad because they're like, oh no, that's real. It's from the Philippines. It's real. And it's like, come on, people, you can't be that stupid. How can a toll in the Philippines reach out to you in America when I mean, come on. Come on. Let's use our brains a little bit. So just know that if you get any messages about you owe a toll and you haven't been through a toll booth, like we go on the Oklahoma toll quite a bit, but but they send me a bill. They send me a bill in the mail. So get like the channel going, talking in the video while talking. No, doing your YouTube channel doesn't cost anything. There's no fees associated with YouTube to do a YouTube channel, none. There'd be a lot of people that would try to hustle you and say, you give me this amount of money, I can do what X, Y, and Z. And it's garbage. You don't got to pay to upload videos. You don't got to pay for anything. You don't got to pay to live streams. Yeah, see, Henry got that. See? What the key is you got to have 50 or more subscribers before you can do live streams. That's what it is. And that's like my fishing channel doesn't have enough to go live yet. But I haven't been working on it, Pat. But there's no money associated. You can do it on your phone, on a tablet, on a desktop. I do all three. And no money at all. No money at all. And you can do it. You just got to get 50 people, which if you set one up, we will all help you get to the 50 people. And you go around to other live streams and introduce yourself and use your channel name. It's like mine. When you guys see me out at somebody else's live stream, who do you see? You see the adventures of the Philippine American couple, not David. And then people subscribe to you that way. And that's kind of what you got to do. You got to network on the live streams. But Pat, you can start one. You can do anything you want. You can do all kinds of videos, cooking, cars. I mean, I think Henry doesn't have a channel, but if Henry was doing a channel, he would be doing videos on his car. And those would be good videos. So whatever you want to do. Yeah, we use a toll roll when we go to Tulsa, Oklahoma. We take the turnpike. When we're in Florida, we use it, but it's a SunPass, and it's an app you use. But we didn't use it in Florida when we were there last week because we had to go to Pensacola twice. We went to Destin once, but there was no toll roads. We didn't go through any toll roads. But we do use it going to Oklahoma. Yeah. So we use it just going, there. I like toll roads. I don't mind paying the fees, but I'm not going to pay a scammer. And there's a lot of scams out there. I told you guys the other day that we were shocked how many scams there are about dogs, puppies. Soul Lender's in the house. Everybody say hello to Soul. Soul, thank you for coming in. We're talking a little bit about scams right now, Soul. And we were shocked to find out all these scams, these puppy ads on Facebook, nothing but scams. It's a hustle. It's a lie. Pat says, hello to you, Soul. Yeah, me causing cussing because somebody messed up something you go on the car. Yes. Well, those car videos are very popular, even when you let out a few bad words. Soul saying hello to you, HN. Image is back in the house. How are you? Image says hello. Everybody say hello to Image for me if you would, please. Thank you all for the thumbs up, by the way. Hey, Ash. Ash is in the house. That's right. We got a lot of great people here tonight. We thank you all for coming in on a Thursday night, a rainy day for us here. So I hope everybody's doing well. If you guys got any questions or thoughts, let me know. I'll be happy to entertain any answer or question. That's okay, I understand. But yes, our doggy died. Daisy, the black one that was on YouTube with our red one a lot. It's kind of my dog. She passed away and had a heart attack last Wednesday. So it's been a little bit over a week. No, I understood, Image. Soul is saying hello to you, Image, by the way. So, yeah, we appreciate all the love and support people have sent us. We've had people send us some PayPal money to help buy another dog, which I was, unsolicited, but very surprising and shocking. We got some messages on Messenger, or Lorelai got emails, I guess, from PayPal. I don't know. Lorelai does all the PayPal stuff. I don't know anything about it. She would just let me know, hey, somebody put money in our PayPal account and said to use it when we find another dog. So, Image is saying, hello to you, Soul. Soul says, you're Stassi, Dave? Stassi? I don't know what that word is. You're going to have to help me out with that word, Soul Lender. It sounds like some kind of weird Norwegian word or something. You got to give me better information on that one. Help me out with that. So I will say we appreciate everybody helping us. We don't know when we're going to get one, but we know that they're expensive, and I'm working on saving up the money now in hopes that the right puppy comes along for us. But we're in no hurry. We're still kind of, dealing with it. So Soul says, I am steaky. Well, I don't know what that means. Can you give me a definition of that or a description of that word? I don't know how you're using it, Soul. Stacy. You're a Stacy, Dave? I don't know what that means. You got to give me a description, a sentence. Stay AC? Stay East? Man, somebody help me out here. I know I'm not the brightest boy in the world, but what in the hell is Soul Lender trying to tell me? What is he, what is, give me a description of that. What does that mean? Handsome like me? Or, fat? I don't know what it means. You got to give me a sentence, a description. Unless anybody else knows, HN, Image, Pat, do we know what Soul Lender's talking about? I see icy in there. I don't know. I'm confused, soul. Maybe it's because I'm old, right? But it's all good. Patton says, I don't know either, man. He says, I'm studying it, trying to figure it out, and I don't know what he's talking about either. Uh, so, Pat, your brother has been home from the Philippines now a little bit over a week, right? So, how does he feel? How does your brother feel now that he's back home, back in his routine, and going through that? Staticky? You mean staticky? Staticky. Okay. Is it, you think it's my voice or the internet connection? It might be my voice. My voice is a little rough. Maybe it's my voice, or maybe it's the internet connection. I don't know. Does anybody else hear me as being staticky? So, but how does your brother feel now that he's back home? I mean, does he feel good? Is he still excited? It's not your voice. All right. You're talking about the future, hopefully planning to get married. Good, good. So that's good. Is he doing anything to make that happen? So do they have a plan? Are they working on the K-1 visa? Are they doing anything, to get to the wedding bells? Going to the wedding chapel and I'm gonna get married. You know, that's a song from the 50s. That's good. That's really good. I'm glad for him. No reason not to in this day and age. They're both very happy with it. Good. That's good. Soul says, the girlfriend and I are having chicken for supper tonight. Okay, Soul, what kind of chicken are you having? What are you doing to the chicken? Pat says, yeah, it is good, Pat. It is. It is. Now, your brother lives close to you, right? So is when they get married, she's going to come to America, right? Or is he going to try to go live in the Philippines? I haven't had anything for supper tonight. I think I got some bread in there. Maybe I'll have a sandwich. I don't know. We had lunch. Oh, I love it when your girlfriend surprises you. You never know what might be under the apron. Maybe she'll give you a big surprise. You know, that's what we all want, right? Surprise, surprise, surprise. Well, what you should do is get in the kitchen and help her make it. Or maybe she's buying it from KFC. Ooh, I haven't had Kentucky Fried Chicken in forever. Lorelai doesn't like it, so I don't get to buy it. But man, that just made me think I'd really like to have some Kentucky Fried Chicken. I like the skin. I'd really like to have me some KFC. Maybe I can go get some tomorrow without her knowing. But I've been craving good sushi. So we're going to have to break down and do that and get some good sushi. Sounds good? Yeah, their mashed potatoes are gross. But I like the chicken, and I know, they pressure fry it, which is good. So I like KFC chicken. I don't really like anything else they sell, but I like the chicken. She said, yeah. Soul is saying she told me that she's got it under control and wants to surprise me. Nice. Nice. That's good. Now, when you get old and you're married and your wife says, I got it under control, I want to surprise you, you might watch out. It's not the same as when you're young like you are. So, when my wife says, I got it under control, I'm going to surprise you, I kind of worry. I go, holy crap, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? What in the hell is what did I do? So But while you're young like you guys, take advantage of it. It's a good thing. But for us older guys, you never know. You never know. But yeah, we have to go grocery shopping this weekend is one of the things that we have to do. And we need to pick up some things, some real things, you know, is what we do. But I'm trying to lose weight. I'm down 60 pounds. I'm trying to get some more off this year. So if I can get more active, during the warm weather, then I'll be happy about that. I'll be happy. I'll be able to get some more weight off if I can. That's one thing that I enjoy about the warm weather. It allows me to be active. So I'm ready for that. I'm ready for the warm weather for that. So, but we're going to try to get another 10 or 20 pounds off, I hope, and see how that goes. But we'll see. We got time. I haven't weighed myself in a couple of weeks, so I don't know where I'm at. Yeah, HN says, basically run when they say that. That's right. Something's up. When you're old and you've been married a long time, and the wife says, I'm going to surprise you. She means she's going to surprise your ass. So, you believe me? Good. We're here to give the young people great advice is why we're here. We're here to give all of you wonderful people advice, whether you want it or not. Pat says, Brother David, I've been watching a video on the Otto mobility scooters on YouTube. Sounds like a good scooter. Which model? That's the other thing. I got to finish my scooter video. I'm doing a video about mobility scooters. I just need to get it done. So which one are you looking at, Pat? And what is your plans with it? Have you been looking on YouTube Amazon or Walmart? Okay. Do you know the model? Okay. Yeah, because there's a lot of different, and you're looking at the, yeah, there's some good ones out there, Pat. I don't disagree with you. Woo! The one I'm seeing is like $3,200. Is that the one you're seeing? $3,200? That's the first one that popped up. It's the one that turns into a suitcase. All right, well, I'll be happy to review it for you. If you figure out what model it is and you want me to look at it, I'll be happy to Google it and figure it out and read up on it. Because I need to finish my video about scooters. I need to finish mine. That's what I mean. I feel like I'm a big screw up. I feel like I'm letting people down because I'm letting myself down, but I feel like I'm just screwing around because I got so many videos I need to finish. I want to take you guys on live streams that are interesting and fun, like when we went to the beach in Destin, Florida. That live stream's out there. But I didn't get anything done in Alabama I wanted to. I only got about halfway done before Daisy died. And I wasn't able to make all the stuff I wanted to share with you that I talked to you guys about for so long. And I feel like I've let myself down, and I've let all of you guys down because I suck right now. I'm the worst YouTuber. I want to make YouTube great again, but hell, I'm not even close. So, yeah, Pat, you and I can talk about it sometime if you want. If you really want some good, want me to help you with it, just let me know. So, what's going on with you, buddy? Guess what? He's saying, what? Tell me. Tell me. Tell me. My wife wants one of those scooters that you ride on, but has no pedals, so she would never have to pedal. Ah, yeah, you're going on a vacation, right? I think you're going, where did you say, Michigan or Minnesota? If I remember right? Yeah, my wife wants one of those scooters that you basically just ride on, sit on like a bicycle, but has no bicycle components because she doesn't like to bicycle. So if she liked to bicycle, I'd buy her an e-bike, which I'm looking forward to riding my e-bike. Once the weather gets warm, I'm going to try to ride it 2 or 3 times a week. So, but Soul's going on vacation. It's good, man. We all need vacation, buddy. The scooter that I really like, and now Pat, what I would tell you is, Walmart has generic brands of these scooters, way cheaper than the main brand. So just something to keep in mind. But one of these days, I'll have to buy Lorelei something. June 8th and 22nd, I'll be in Indiana. Nice. Pennsylvania. All right. Well, I don't know what food Indiana is special for, but enjoy it while you're there. Same thing with Pennsylvania. I guess Pennsylvania is famous for what? Hershey's chocolate? So that might be something for you to look for. Are you doing anything special while you're there? Or are you just going to hang out with family, or what are you doing there? Yeah, you're talking about the, yes, 3100, yeah, the one that looks like a suitcase. Yep, 31.99. Yep. It has a weight capacity of about 220 pounds. It'd be great for traveling. Now, Pat, remember what I told you is it'd be great for airports and cruise ships, but it will not be great in the Philippines. It would work in the malls in the Philippines, but outdoors in the Philippines, it's not going to happen. The wheels aren't designed for that. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Hanging out with very close friends I haven't seen in a long time. Well, good. Now, yeah, I'm trying to see the size of the wheels. Yeah, I think it would be, I think you could manage American streets and sidewalks. I do with that scooter. Because, yeah, that'd be good. It doesn't say what size the tires are. Soul's going to hang out with friends and eat food. Are you guys going to party and have a good time, or just going to be nice and good? Yep, not going to happen. You're right. That's it. Yeah. I was looking for the size of the wheels. I mean, they're bigger than I thought they were, but I would say it's not telling me how big the wheels are. So you got to be careful about that. That's all I say, Pat. I think you can, they have scooters in the malls now in the Philippines. So when you go back next year, if you go to the malls, you can rent a scooter. Good. Well, I encourage you to do that. So have a good time, enjoy yourself. But $3,100 is pretty expensive. That's why I'm not buying the one I want. I need a Baja from Pride. But and I'll tell you a tip, guys, if you don't know this, when you're looking at the reviews like on Amazon, I always start with the 1 stars, the lowest, and I want to read their complaints. That's what I want to read. I don't want to read a whole bunch of positive stuff. I want to read the negative stuff so I know what I'm getting into. A lot of these people saying it's much bigger and heavier than you think it is. Not working, don't buy, wasting money. So that's just kind of my thought. But, and that's where I was telling you, get healthy, Pat. Get to be as healthy as you can so that hopefully you don't have to rely on a mobility scooter in the Philippines. Because I used one in the Philippines and it was a hassle. It worked in the malls, but it really didn't work anywhere else. I mean, we rode it on the street in front of our house. We let the kids play with it. We did all of that with it, but we couldn't get out and away from the neighborhood. The roads were just too chewed up and too broken and too messed up. So just keep that in mind. But I need another one, but I can't afford another one. So I do, and I know which one I want. And I'm going to go look at it in person here soon and try to finish my video about recommending scooters. So, but I know what I need for me or what I want to use for outdoor stuff. But I'm hoping since I've dropped 60 pounds, I'm walking more. I'm trying to get more walking in, but I also know that my ankles are so bad, even if I weighed 10 pounds, I would not be able to, navigate very well. So I know my limitations. But like I said, Pat and everybody, if you go to walmart.com, they sell them a lot cheaper. They sell mobility scooters a lot cheaper. I'm looking on there. Good. I mean, a lot cheaper. Now, they may not be what you want, but it's like here's one for $410. It has a collapsible rudder, or what do you call the steering thing? I can't remember what you call that. And a till. Oh, am I bleeding? Look, I'm bleeding. I'm dying. A tiller? Is that what you call the steering? Is that another name for a steering unit? Tiller? It collapses down and you can pull the seat off. $410. So they're definitely a lot cheaper on Walmart. There's some folding ones that look pretty good. They're just not going to be the name brand ones. But look, I have a cheap Chinese one that we got in the Philippines. It came from China. And it's cheap and it's not super good. It doesn't turn very well. But I'll say this, I've beaten the living crap out of it and it still works. It still goes. It does what it's supposed to do. It's just not high quality that you would want. It doesn't turn sharp. It's not comfortable. It's too small for my frame, all of that. But cheap Chinese, it's still working. Still working. A lot of them on Walmart, they're just not the name brand. Maybe they're what's the Walmart brand called? Does anybody think of the food at Walmart? That's the generic brand, the Walmart brand. Best value, best choice, something like that. Maybe these are best choice scooters. But I think, Pat, depending on what your goal is. Now, if you're going to use it out on your farm, then you're going to have to get something totally different. If you're going to use it off-roading, a lot of these scooters just are not designed for that at all. Great value, yep. Looks like you got a bit, Brother David? Yes, yeah. So it all depends on what you're going to do with it, my friend. If you're going to drive it around in the grass in the fields, well, then you're going to need one of these ones that look more like a four-wheeled motorcycle. So, which are very cool, but then again, even at Walmart, they're $1,800. And you definitely cannot take it on a plane. Way too gigantic. All right, my friends, why don't we wind this one down? We're over the 2-hour mark. We appreciate everybody. Later this week, maybe tomorrow, we're going to start doing morning live streams, but we're also going to I'm going to try to do some later night live streams too. So I'm going to try to stay up a little bit late and maybe do live streams starting around 9 o'clock my time and going into 11 or 12. So I'm going to do that. We're going to try to do that a little bit more. We're going to try to get back into the habit of doing a weekend midnight live stream and stuff like that so that, we reach more people and get to say hi to everybody. Tell you, he says hello, yes. Father Linder wants me to tell you hello. Thank you, Father Linder. We appreciate that. He says it's a great value brand. Good. See, I knew it was something like that. So we appreciate you. Enjoy your chicken. Be nice to your girlfriend, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Henry, Pat, everybody that's in the house, we thank you for all coming in. We do indeed. Thank you all. So, all right, let's wind this down, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow sometime. I'm not for sure what time I'm going to go live tomorrow, but we'll go live again tomorrow. All right, my friends. See ya.